Hello everyone. My name is Vijay and I am an executive MBA student at NAC. And in this video, I am going to talk about the reflection question. So my biggest success and contribution to my organization this term was improving how my team worked together, especially around communication, role clarity, and accountability. So instead of focusing only on completing tasks, I applied what I actually learned in my MBA to strengthen the way the work get done as a system. So the outcome was better alignment across the people, fewer misunderstandings, and smoother executions during the weeks when priorities and deadlines overlapped. And I accomplished this thing by using the three key MBA learnings. First one was human resource management concepts. Second was quality and continuous improvement thinking. And third was ethical leadership. So first, from human resource management perspective, I learned that unclear roles and weak communication creates inefficiency and frustration, even when everyone is working hard. I noticed that some of the delays were coming from the handoffs, like who owns what, who is waiting on whom, what work done actually means. And to address that, I started clarifying expectations early. For example, after meeting on or discussions, I would summarize the decision, confirm the next steps, and explicitly state owners and timelines. I also began asking simple but important questions like who is responsible for the next actions? What does the success looks like, right, for this deliverable? So these steps reduce the confusion and help people move faster with more confidence. Another HR principle that I applied and was focused on team dynamics and the psychological safety. So in my meetings, I actually made a point that right to communicate respectfully and create the space for quieter team members to share the concerns. I learned that when the people feel safe to speak up early, team catches up issues sooner and avoid the last meeting surprises. Even the small behavior changes like inviting inputs, listening actively, acknowledging other perspective improved the collaboration. So second was actually from the quality management and the process improvement perspective. So I applied the continuous improvement mindset. Instead of reacting only when the problem occurs, I started asking, hey, what is the root cause of this issue? And how can we actually prevent this thing from happening again? Right? So when team face the recurring issues, I encourage them a short reflection conversation focused on learning rather than blaming. I helped the team implement small process improvements such as clearer checklist, consistent document habits, and stronger follow-up routines. And these were not complicated changes, right? But they improved the consistency and reduced the rework. And this is one of the biggest lessons I took from my MBA. Small process improvements repeated consistently create the real performance gains over the time. Third was actually from business ethics perspective. I applied transparency and accountability. I made sure that updates were honest and clear, especially when there were risk, delays, and uncertainty. I learned that trust is built when communication is accurate and timely, even when the message is not ideal. Right. So instead of avoiding difficult conversations, I focused on presenting facts, explaining my mindset, impacts, and proposing the solution. So this ethical and professional approach helps strengthen the credibility with both peers and the leadership. So if I reflect on what would I do differently, I would start earlier and be more deliberate about it from the beginning of the project itself. Early on, I was actually focused on mainly on the execution and completing tasks. Over the time, I realized that my biggest impact came from improving how the people coordinate, communicate, and make the decisions, not just completing the individual task. So I would also seek the feedback more frequently from my supervisors and teammates because feedback accelerates the growth and helps confirm whether the changes are actually working or not. Overall, my biggest contribution this term was applying the MBA learning to make teamwork more effective through better communication, clear ownership, continuous improvement, and ethical transparency. This experience strengthened my confidence as a professional and helped me see how management concepts translates into the real organizational impact. Thank you.